Hey guys, CombatEX another FP VOD, and I'll say it one more time just because everyone keeps asking, what does he say at the starting of all these videos? I never know. I'm a true fan. I want to know all this stuff. Well, I used to say it really fluently in Starcraft 1. Now just say it really fast, I guess. What I say is, alright, hi guys, this is CombatEX recording another FP VOD. Now that you know what I say, go back, rewind it, and tell me if you can't figure out what I say, because it's actually not that hard once you know what I'm saying. This game is a PvZ, it's actually against Slush, so, you know, just lots of you guys might know him. He's one of the more known people out there that I sometimes play on ladder. And this game, I'm just going to be showing you guys a standard PvZ Deathball Stalker Colossus 2 or 3 Sentry unit composition. This build is probably best for anyone between bronze and like diamond. Hell, it even works in masters. I'm in grand masters and I'm doing it. And so, you know, this obviously works in all levels of play. The only thing it's bad against is like, it's not really, it doesn't get hard countered by anything, to be honest. Like, some people might argue, you know, Infestor is hard counter to this. You know what? Like they are the best counter to it. Yeah, I don't want to consider it a hard counter because, you know, you can still win if they're doing mass infestors, but yeah, if it had a hard counter, quote unquote, then yeah, it would be in mass infestor zergling. Then yeah, that would be the hard counter. Or mass infestor roach, you know, anything infestor-ish. But this works against that too. So, you know, I'm showing this build for all you guys that don't know it, and you guys might be like, why aren't you guys doing bringing home the combat on this map? That when I mean that, that's, you know, if you guys watched my previous video, the 12-12 gate into Void Ray, into second wave of +1 Zealots, into Void Rays, into Colossus, into whatever, all that stuff. That's called bringing home the combat. That's what the build's called. I invented it. Yes, no one else knows about that build or has invented it before me, so I deserve to name it myself, just like the combat cannon. So yeah, I'm not doing that build just because I want to show you guys how Stalker Colossus works, and I feel like this build would probably benefit most players because it is a very, very standard build. And I also don't think I have any Forge Fast Expand videos of PvZ out there. I usually do a 3-gate expand build or a 1-gate expand build. So this game will be showing you guys how to do a 3-gate expand build. Notice how I just attacked it till my pro was at 5 life. I left. I don't recommend that because most of you guys will lose it because most of you guys are scrubs. Why am I not getting, like, I saw this pool done. Why am I getting my Nexus first? The reason for that is because on this map I know that I can easily wall off if his Zerglings were to come right to my base. It'd be really easy to just like plop down 2 gateways and then wait for my cannon to finish and then cancel one of the gateways. So I knew that I was safe for getting Zergling rushed, and that's usually how you prevent a Zergling rush. I accidentally got my assimilator before I got my gateway. Whatever, no big deal, a small thing. And now, yeah, getting my 2 gases. This game, again, I'm going to be showing you guys this typical Colossus Stalker Deathball, although I'll show you guys how to open with this. My opener, again, if you watched, I think it was my game 1 actually, I opened with a 1 Void Ray into making your opponent think you're going mass Void Ray Phoenix, and so they get spores and queens and all that good stuff. And I apologize for the lag, it's like ridiculous, and I'm going to lower my quality. I already lowered them to high. I used to play on extreme. Well, I always play on extreme. I don't know, I guess recording makes my things really bad. But I'm lowering it to medium for all you guys. I really don't ever play on this. It doesn't affect my gameplay all that much, but, you know, hopefully the lag's better now. Yeah, so, notice what I'm doing right now. I'm seeing how many probes I have on my main. I noticed I have 17 probes, and so I only transfer 1 to my expansion, and then I rally my main Nexus to my expansion. This is very important because it helps you, this is the optimal way to mine, and for all you guys that disagree, you're stupid. And lots of you guys also wondered in my final talk video why I say ladder is the best practice, and lots of you guys called me out and saying, oh, that's full of crap, it's not the best practice. No, let me tell you why it's the best practice no matter what level you are. With excluding like the top gamers. Ladder is the best practice because for one reason and one reason only, it helps you prepare against anything. It's like you're in a tournament, because in a tournament anyone can do anything. On ladder anyone can do anything, so if you ever lose, it's your fault straight up. It's not your opponent's fault at all, it's always your fault. So that's why ladder is best practice. It helps you against cheese and everything. In a practice game, you can always assume your opponent's never going to cheese you, and so you can cut to corners. In ladder games, you can't, and if you do, you might lose. And so therefore, ladder is the best practice. I'm gonna get off on that now. Now I made 2 zealots. What am I gonna do with these 2 zealots? Honestly, these two zealots are just made because my cybernetics car wasn't done and my gateway wasn't producing anything, and I was producing probes constantly. And so I'm like, you know what? Why not make those two zealots? How is it going to harm me? And if anything, you know what I was planning on doing with those two zealots? I was planning on just slowly pressuring him, going to his base, forcing him to make a zergling, a spine crawler, whatever it may be, and then making those two zealots run back to my base. And I also tried to get a scout out to scout his third base, but I realized I couldn't because he has speed zerglings, and you always want to be scouting your opponent. And so now he sees these two zealots, he's probably going to make a few zerglings, and honestly, these two zealots are meant to die. They're not meant to do anything. And I'm getting my Void Ray out. Notice I have pylons around my whole base to prevent against Nidus networks, and that's the main reason I'm putting those pylons there. I notice he doesn't have a third base, and now these zealots, honestly, their purpose has been served. I forced my opponent to make zerglings. And well, how do I know he's made zerglings? Because, like, honestly, if you see zealots coming out of your base, like, what are you gonna do? Friggin' make, like, drones? Like, no, you're gonna make zerglings. And so he's made zerglings. Yeah, as you can see, those zerglings killed my two zealots, and those zealots cost me almost absolutely nothing. Like, they were meant to die. My Void Ray is out, and honestly, look, I'm making my Void Ray go straight for his Overlord. I wanted him to see that I have a Void Ray out, so he starts getting the Hydralisk production. And notice how I get my robotics facility right after I get the Void Ray. And the reason for that is because, again, the counter to this is obviously Hydralisks, and Hydralisk get countered by Colossus. And now I also know that he doesn't have a third base, and this is a little bit scary. I actually kind of don't recommend getting your robotics facility this early if you don't see a third base, because honestly he could be doing some sort of two-base timing push. And knowing that, I also forgot Warp Gate if you guys didn't realize it. And now I'm actually pretty scared of getting owned to some sort of early, like, Hydra drop or some sort of early, like, infested Terran break, which also, by the way, does own the shit out of this build order. And massive infested Terrans with, like, zerglings does own this build order. Also, Hydra drops own this build order. A blind Hydra drop, like, if you're going for just, like, if your starting build is if you go into the game knowing you're going to do a Hydra drop, an all-in Hydra drop, then yeah, it does own this. But if you're reacting to seeing a Void Ray to doing a Hydra drop, then no, it doesn't own this build, because then your Hydra drop is too late. And so yeah, and then the Infestor thing does counter it, I guess, but it's, again, I haven't seen a third base, so I'm getting cannons on my main, cannons on my natural. I got my Warp Gates, and so before my Warp Gates are even done, I'm starting to get Stalkers, because I'm afraid of the stupid Infestor shenaniganry. And now getting my obs, because again, he doesn't have a third base. Like, my Void Ray was going around seeing where his third base is. He still doesn't have one, and again, Slush is not a bad player by any means, and so I know that I'm not going to be expecting him to be bad, and therefore that's why he doesn't have the third base. I obviously know there's a reason behind it. One reason that lots of players one reason that you guys might not have on your side, but I do, is that I'm known for my cheesing. And so, since I'm known for my cheesing, people are going to go, like, out of their way to defend against random cheeses that, when I'm actually playing standard, I have a huge advantage. And so that's probably another reason why he doesn't have a third base yet, is because he's trying to defend against all this other crap that could be thrown at him, because I'm a known cheeser. And that's something that just works towards my advantage. And it seems like that's actually what it is, because now there's no such timing push that can actually break me at this point in the game. And so now, yeah, I know for sure that he was just really worried about me doing some sort of cheese, which really helped me out, because I'm not. And now I'm in a huge macroeconomic advantage. Did I just attack my gateway? I was meant to kill my core, and I think I just killed my gateway. That's fantastic. It's okay. Notice this Void Ray, I just made it patrol all the, like, everywhere. I don't want the Void Ray to just die. I'm making it just go everywhere, so then, you know, it kills stray Overlords. That's only the reason I made the Void Ray. It's not really meant to do anything at this point. It's just meant to, like, kill all these bases, or kill all the Overlords. And now notice where I'm taking my third base. Why am I taking my third base here as opposed to the natural of the other base? The reason for that is because I have the Colossus, again, I'm in the, what the frick? Are you serious? Well, this hatchery's dead. I guess this is where his third base was. It's stupid, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna go kill it now. And now he's going for Zerglings. I'm expecting the Zergling Infestor Deathball, or a Zergling Infestor attack, because, like, I don't see any other reason for you going mass Zerglings. But, yeah, so that expansion is probably dead. And the reason I took this base over the other one is because, honestly, once you're in a defensive posture, you don't want to be, you want your bases to be close as possible until you get that maxed army where you can, like, it doesn't really matter if your bases are spread apart because you can just move your whole army around. But once the game is really small and it comes down to, like, small harassment, you always want your bases to be close as possible. And like always, you want to have as minimal entrances to your bases as you possibly can. And this map does, it's not really too good for it, but it does help in the sense that you can wall your third base kind of off, in the sense that Like, you'll see what I do shortly on how I wall it off. And just going to the watchtower, killing the Zergling. What is that going to do for me? Nothing. What is it going to do for him? It's going to limit his vision. And honestly, Starcraft, half the game is actually making your opponent not be comfortable. And now he has Mutalisks, and I know he has Mutalisks, and I hit a cannon on my mineral line defending, and I have Blink, and it doesn't seem like he's going all in on Mutalisk because he only has a little bit, but notice I only ran my Stalkers back. I kept everything still over here, and the reason for that is because, like, what are Zealots going to do against Mutalisks? And that's honestly, I'm saying that with I'm just saying it as a small fact, but it's actually huge. Lots of people make the mistake of sending their whole army back, and that essentially costs them their third base, which essentially costs them the game, which they don't realize. But you only need to send your Stalkers back. Like, it's common sense because everyone knows Stalkers only attack Mutalisks. But honestly, like, people just don't do it. They send their whole army back. And now these Stalkers are ready. I see those Mutalisks. I'm ready to go in when he comes in. And now, yeah, just blinking forward, sniping a Mutalisk or two. Again, this is just like you know, he's in the back foot right now because I'm aggressively expanding. And now notice this is what I meant by walling your third base off. And notice in all my PvZ games I do wall my third bases off because it's really important. And now also, again, once your opponent's going Mutalisk, positioning is very, 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 very important. Your Stalkers always need to be in a position where they can they can attack the Mutalisks, and you know the Mutalisks are always going to be going for your bases. And so right now I'm just sending these Stalkers to kill this stupid expansion, just kill all the remaining stuff at this expansion. And it should, I'm expecting his Mutalisks to attack me because he knows my Stalkers are out of position. And so I'm ready to run my probes. Again, these are just small things that go on in my head when I know, when I'm prepared for situations. And now I'm on 4 base. Honestly, he's probably on 4 base too. Why did I get that DT shrine? Again, if you watch my previous videos, you'll know I only get DT shrines to take the watchtowers and to scout for expansions. That's it. Nothing else. I don't rely on them for harassment. In Control does that because he's bad, but I don't. And now I see Mutalisks, and so again, running my units back to my main, and again, you're always bound to take small damage if Mutalisks come. This is stupid. I should have cannons at my third base. I don't know why I don't. That's really bad on my part. And now, I want you to notice where I'm keeping my Stalkers. Okay, so I keep my Stalkers way up here, hugging the rocks at my, I don't know what you want to call that, my 4th potential base, and the reason for that is because these Stalkers are in the perfect position to defend my third base, to defend my main, and also I can blink into my main and go to walk towards my natural if by any chance he comes to my natural expansion, which I think is very unlikely. And now again, making 3 DTs, 1 for each watchtower, and 1 for to scout for his 4th base. Now again, just blinking on top of here, running my probes. Honestly, Mutalisks are bound to kill some probes. They're killing a little more than they should be right now, but they're always bound to kill some probes, so don't be hesitant, or don't feel sad if you lose probes, because it's going to happen. And honestly, if they're going Mutalisk, always make probes. I usually say the good time to stop making probes is roughly at like the 15 to 17 minute mark, but if your opponent's constantly making Mutalisk, which he is, you need to stop making, or keep making probes. And now I know he has there's a 4th base here, so I'm warping in Stalkers here. Again, I know where his Mutalisks are, and honestly, when your opponent's going Mutalisk, your #1 priority is to always defend against Mutalisks. The Mutaling build is actually very strong. I think it's underused by Zerg players, and it will be used more once Zerg players start realizing they can just mass expand and get Mutalisks and force the Protoss player's attack to be an all-in attack by killing all the Protoss bases before the attack actually reaches the Zerg player. You guys probably had no idea what I said there. Watch my video again and you'll realize. Another thing against Mutaling, you want to slowly transition into Templar. Lots of people rush the transition into Templar. You want to slowly transition into Templar, because if you rush the transition into Templar, then what happens is you don't have enough Stalkers, you don't have enough Templar, you don't have enough Archons, and the Mutalisks just kill everything. And that's a really bad position. You don't want Mutalisks to just kill everything. You know you're losing when Mutalisks just start killing everything. And so, look what I did. I got Stalkers, and I got a lot of Stalkers. I got my 4th base before I started getting my Templar. And honestly, if you're playing like my build where you're just defending and doing nothing else, then yeah, you honestly want to do it like that, where you're just getting Stalkers and slowly getting into Templar. And now notice this. I blinked those Stalkers back, you know, saving every possible unit you can, and now blinking forward because his Mutalisks are over here. Again, he's wasting a lot of crap trying to kill my Nexus here, and, like, is this a good idea on his part? No, this is a horrible idea. He just probably lost all his Zerglings, a lot of his Mutalisks, and, I know I say I never attack, but honestly, if your opponent throws that much away, then, you know, you're stupid not to attack, because, like, he just threw away, like, his whole army, and if I can't kill him, then there's something wrong with me, because, like, I should have a ginormous army lead on top of him. I see the Mutalisks were coming back for a little bit, so I just wanted to snipe 1 or 2 here, and now I'm going to go back and attack him. Like, there's no way he should be able to hold off this attack because like I killed everything, and so I know I say always defend, 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 but like, you know, there's some times where they're just like begging you to attack them, and this is one of those times where he's just begging me to attack him, and so, you know what, I will if he wants me to. And now, again, I apologize for the lag. Like, I probably am guaranteeing you after this video I'll fix it. But yeah, like I need to make sure my Archons don't die. Right now, the most key like building here is my Archons. Or not the building, the most key unit here is my Archons. Like, the Stalkers probably will die to the Mutalisk alone. And oh my god, alright, if I lose this game, this is what's going to make me lose the game. I just lost 4 Archons needlessly. And, like, those 4 Archons probably would have been able to kill all those Mutalisks, or if not, severely damage them. So, yeah, like, that was very stupid on my part. But it's my fault, right? Like, you'll never lose a game because it's not your fault. You'll always lose because it's your fault. You did something wrong. Or your opponent did something good to make you lose. I know that sounds really like counterintuitive, but just don't worry about it. Anyways, so right now, again, Overlords are here, don't know what the hell they're doing, but now I know this is coming down to like a base trade situation. What does that mean? That means that, honestly, it's going to come down, like every last unit matters, because it's eventually going to come down to one fight, and whoever wins that fight is essentially going to win the game. So again, 2 Stalkers, but I'm trying to save these 2 Stalkers, because honestly, every single unit matters at this point. And now I'm getting pretty good trades right here. Like an Archon is almost always going to get good trades against a Mutalisk Zergling army because, well, they're splash and Zerglings are small and Mutalisk clumps, so, you know, it's just kind of like intuitive why you should get a good trade-off. So now I know it's a base trade situation, so now all my units matter. And look, this is exactly what Zerglers should be doing in a base trade situation, just mass spines. And mass spines is really, really strong in a base trade situation. And so now again I'm being smart by making my Colossus attack the spines, and now I want to kill his bases off fast, so I know when he has such little spines that even the little damage he does doesn't matter, and I'm letting my Zealots take the damage. It's really important. Your Archons and your Stalkers are the only things that shouldn't be taking damage, and I guess 1 or 2 sentries for the Guardian Shield. Everything else, it doesn't really matter if they die, because, you know, you want to, like, the battle's going to come down to Mutalisks against your army, and the only thing in your army that attacks air is going to be Archons and Stalkers. You guys might wonder why didn't I get a High Templar this game? Honestly, you know, you get High Templar if your opponent's being like, I don't know, like I should have like 1 or 2 High Templar at each of my bases for Storm, but honestly, the way the game played out, I didn't really manage to find the time or money to be able to get High Templar, so, you know, that's probably why I didn't. Now, this game, like, he's trying to eliminate me, but I'm trying to eliminate him, and I know that I'm going to eliminate him faster just because of the way this game's played out, so now I know he has to engage me. And since I know that he has to engage me, I need to have, like, my army in an optimal position, because I know that I'm ready to, like, okay, yeah, so sniping units off here and there, and again, microing every last unit. Like, this is going to come down to whoever wins this one battle. And I see he only has 2 assimilators left, and I'm going to be ready to kill them. I know he's going to engage me before I kill those 2 assimilators, so I need to, like, watch for my army and make sure my army is in very, very good position. And now here we go, here's the battle, and honestly, again, Guardian Shields, making my Stalker, making my Colossus and Zealots go for that last assimilator. If in case he somehow happens to beat my army, I'm going to kill the assimilator. And he says GG, so I win, and this game's over. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a good example of how you counter mutiling. And any announcements? My school's starting, so obviously less videos. That's pretty much all I have to say. Look forward to more coming out, and I'm trying to show you guys his stats, but I'm lagging like crazy, so I don't think I can. And so I think I'm just going to stop the recording now. And so yeah, like always, peace out, guys.